of 150 people that only laugh at that.
Right.
Yeah.
A more authentic audience.
All right, hey, I'm sorry to cut you. I'm sorry to cut y'all off. Jay, check your Facebook. It should be live now. See if you can.
It says live on Facebook here.
All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I know it says it here, but I need to make sure you can see it though.
Yeah,
you know
you can see it. It's up.
I ain't trusting none of this technology today, and all this shit is Apple too.
I got it.
All right.
Hey, Kendrick Jackson says my son. Who is his son? Any of you? Is that your dad? Is that your dad? Okay. Hey, Rudy's dad. Thank you for tuning in, Mr. Jackson. Thank you for tuning in, family. We love you. It's all good.
Hey, Rudy, we already have more listeners than we did at that radio station in San Francisco.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm trying to tell you. We drove 5 hours to a show in San Francisco and performed in front of at least 32 chairs.
Yeah.
At least 32 chairs.
I was hoping that place was haunted so we could have a fucking audience.
Oh. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
It was brutal.
Well, this was actually, so the reason why I wanted y'all to, I guess, to come in 15 minutes early, because I was supposed to actually explain all of this, but because I was the one with all the issues, guess I have to kind of explain it live. So basically what this is, you know, we're all comedians, and outside of Manny and his 7-man fan base, none of us are really doing comedy. And, you know, some of us may have tried different stuff, but this is basically just a platform for us to just come together for an hour. I try to mix it up from just the different comedy scenes I've been a part of, you know, which is, I guess, LA now, Miami, DC or whatever. And, you know, I guess give everybody a chance to kind of meet, network, but also just share what you're doing now, comedy experiences, open mic experiences, running the light experiences, whatever. You can talk about politics. It don't matter. But either way, and I started doing it live just so that people actually watch it, because like when I pre-recorded and then posted, nobody gave a fuck. So,
I didn't say that. Your father here is commenting his ass off on the page, man. He's really into it.
That's because we're live. That's the point that I'm making.
Exactly. That's the beauty of doing it live. You know, we're live, pal.
Dude, between being live and you having that Christmas tree, we're gonna be killing it, Rudy.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the. You know what I'm saying?
I would love for Rudy to get famous at one point, and somebody would be explaining it to him, and somebody else would be like, "Is that the black guy with the bucket hat and the Christmas tree?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, oh, I do know who that is."
That's like the kind of guy that would sign a bad contract when he makes it.
Speaking of Christmas tree, you know, I was in a dollar store this week and I saw calendars for 2021. I have never seen 2020. What? I have never seen calendars in the store this early. Like that just like
you bought them out, didn't you?
That says something.
You know, that's the most optimistic thing you could buy right now.
No.
2021. I got hope.
That's the only guarantee.
I'm a make it.
Yeah.
To me, it's jinxing us. I think it's jinxing the whole thing. Right? Like we're even gonna get there.
My 2020 calendar said best year ever. I was
did you get it from the
so I fucked it up for everyone. Sorry.
My 2020 said follow your dreams. So.
But see, I think it had to be mathematically off, because like everybody, we just kind of counted on 2020 just because it was 2020. Like it's really no different than 19, 17, whatever. But it's be like, okay, this is the decade. Like I can start over. And it was like, nah, fuck that. You should have did it last decade.
If we had known what was coming down the pipe.
We knew.
Wrong decade.
Right.
I'm sure people started to call it the Roaring 20s because nobody understood what happened at the end of the Roaring 20s.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is actually the beginning, I guess, really.
For sure.
Yeah, marijuana's about to be legal.
I didn't do well in school. What happened?
Yeah, I didn't pass that.
Like, everybody just kind of rolled past that and nodded their head like I'm sorry, I was in the back of the class. What happened?
Hey, Kev, like I done had other bad years besides 2020.
That's a bad year. It's like we just started. You're already talking about how shitty the ending gonna be.
That is true. right? Like some people have perspective.
We're in.
Like if you had a botched vasectomy last year, this year you're like,
oh wow,
whatever, right?
Yeah.
Who had a botched vasectomy?
That was just an example.
I know.
That's very specific. That's so specific for his example. I was.
He
you want to get something out? Is this like the platform to get something out right now?
He threw it out there to see if anybody else was going to agree with him.
I know. It's like, what, you got a botched vasectomy? I'm like, I'm sorry. You fucked that up with me. Like, you just.
That was pretty specific. Did y'all already go through, like, I guess, and tell everybody where you're from or whatever?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, do it. We'll do it again out of on Facebook Live so that the viewers can know where you're from, so that where everybody's calling in from or whatever. We can start with Mark Minch. You're at the top of my screen.
I'm in Virginia. I'm in Warrenton, Virginia.
Well, you can at least say your name and where you're from. Like,
I'm Mark Minch, and my name's right there on the. I'm Mark Minch from Warrenton, Virginia. Perform mostly around DC.
Gotcha. And then Steven.
Yeah, I'm Steve Swenson. I perform in LA. I'm from the Midwest though, but I've lived in LA for 3 years. I met Rudy in the LA scene.
I'm sorry, Rudy. I'm sorry, Rudy. Did you? I mean, I know my room is dark. It's dark in here, but did you forget me?
Well, I'm going in the order on my screen, sir. You just haven't came up yet. If that's okay.
Jesus Christ, man.
If that's okay. I don't.
Hold on. I'm next to Mark. I'm next to Mark on this screen.
But what I'm saying is, I see something different than you. So it's a. You know.
Yeah, CJay looks like he has the witness protection program filter.
Takashi, get in the other room.
Okay, Miss Gigi.
I'm Gigi Modrich. I am in Alexandria, Virginia, perform mostly in DC, and I'm from New Mexico with Hickory Apache Nation.
All right.
What's up?
Gigi, you said you're a part Apache?
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, which one?
Which part?
White Mountain Mescalero.
What? Oh shit. Okay, I'm part Mescalero as well, but mostly Hickory.
Okay.
I'll keep talking. You find out you cousins.
Well, you do look a little familiar, but let's move on.
All right, Miss Angela.
Hey, everybody. I am Angela Moore, and I am out of Washington, D.C. by way of Northern Virginia. And I am actually truly I'm a D.C. native, but spent a lot of time in Northern Virginia and hitting all the comedy scenes. Last summer I was in Los Angeles and I did some comedy there. Does that count?
Sure. I mean, yeah. You global. You know what I'm saying? All that. All right. Jay Jimenez.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Jay Jimenez. Like my guy here, Rudy said, I'm from Puerto Rico, and despite what my looks are, I do not do coke. I can guarantee you that right now. I have tried it. It is fun, but it's it's just yeah. I'm not,
so you tried it. You tried it, but you don't do it.
I've tried it. Yeah, like I'm. Look, I just thought that we just start this podcast by being open and honest with you guys. I've done it. I've enjoyed it. I've done it remotely. I'm done. I'm good. All right. I'm in a good moment in my life.
Now you just sell it. Now it only sells.
He's definitely ran out. He definitely ran out. This is ran out.
Stay away from trouble.
It's a ran out.
I could not sell drugs if I wanted to. Look, I mean, I can't do it. I'm sorry. All right. I just don't have that.
You're scratching yourself. Why are you itchy?
Yeah. Dude, I just came out the shower, man. We're good, all right?
This is the longest fucking introduction out of everybody. Can we move on? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Everyone else has to say something that they also don't.
Thank you.
Hey, CJay still hasn't went. He wants his turn, all right?
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry, CJay. I didn't mean to come to your time.
Well, it's not on him. It's actually on Kevin. So Kevin, go ahead, sir.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm from South Florida. I'm down here. I just started doing comedy about a year ago, and I think I ran into Rudy once, so it was really nice for him to invite me on here with a bunch of strangers. But it's nice to meet all you guys. It's like, you know, Jay and Manny and Lonnie's been like really cool with me, so it's nice to be here.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
For sure.
You sound like a voiceover. Damn. Like a really good voiceovers. That's nice.
I just wanna add that Kevin is a fucking killer comic. One of my favorites in the scene.
Same here, man. Yeah, for sure.
Shit, he's
Thank you, man. Thank you. That means a lot. It does, for real. I don't know how to take that, but yeah, you're all great.
I don't know how to take it.
You can just say thank you and move on. You don't have to make it a whole.
Get to the side when I move on, Jay. What the fuck? You trying to get the limelight back?
Yeah, before he makes it, pretty soon he'll be like such an asshole about it. He's like, yeah, I know, I'm really good.
All right, Vito.
Yeah, I just want to say Jay looks like he sells like flip flops with Velcro on them after his shows. Like you really got this tropical look.
Hey man,
I like the new look, man.
All right, thank you. All right.
Man, good to see you guys, man. Yeah, I'm the reason Rudy is a well-known comedian. I hooked him up when he landed here in Miami. I like how he's covering his camera because he knows it's coming. Never mind. I became good friends with Rudy when he came from DC to Miami, and loved his act. Loved the fact that he was making fun of the audience, and we became great friends. And I know Jay, I know Kevin. I've yet to meet you guys, but you guys all seem cool, and it's good to see people from out of town. So it's great to be here. I run this website behind.
Thanks, Manny. I appreciate the shout out. Fucking dick. You're pay me a cent. I'm one of your hosts, you son of a bitch.
You hosted?
Fuck you. This is why.
Jesus.
I usually walked out when it was your turn.
I know.
Like my job here.
CJay.
All right. Well, I'm CJay, and I live in Northern Virginia. I'm from Maryland. I met Rudy when he came out here, stationed in Arlington, and you know, I was doing some comedy, horseplaying when I was doing part-time at a clothing store, and he so happened to come in, added me to the show a couple weeks later. Good guy. I know Mark. I know Lonnie, Jay, and I'm glad, and Gigi. I don't know you, but you live in VA. That's all right. You down the street from me. That's cool. Yeah. And Angela, is that how you pronounce that? I've seen you on flyers and stuff like that. I've never officially met you, but I've seen you circulate a little in the area, but we never really officially met.
Nice to meet you, CJay.
And Mark is my guy. Mark, you Jewish, right?
Yeah.
You like the Jay? You're
like,
out of here,
like
bro.
Jay. I was saying, like I thought Jay was Jewish. I didn't think he was.
We got the real Jewish guy on here. We got the real Jewish guy on here right now. Sorry, Lonnie. Sorry.
Fuck you. Why is he real and I'm not? Because his last name is Mensch.
You Indian. You just say you was Navajo or something.
I'm both, motherfucker. What? You know, do one thing.
CJay, our people fucked everyone. I mean,
right.
So did our people.
We got everything. Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
All right. Well, last but not least, the mutt of the group, Lonnie Cox.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Native American Jew.
Hey, that Jay
apparently, I'm not a legit one of either. I'll just be white tonight. I'll just be a white guy. And I just want to say, fuck Manny. And it was really nice. It's great to be here.
Hey, Lonnie, if you had your DNA done, I mean, can you break it down into percentages?
I mean, my mom is Jewish, so I consider myself Jewish. And my dad is 25% Native American, so. Well, no, my dad is 50%.
Surprisingly high percentage. Like that is,
yeah, my grandpa was born on a reservation. So
and I thought you were just a regular white guy.
Right. See, who's the racist one now, CJay?
No, that's sweet. I mean, listen, you can't judge a book by its cover. My grandfather is Caucasian, so it's okay. Look how black I am. Look how black I am.
I about to say, who? Your step grandfather?
Right.
Hey, don't laugh too hard. I'm telling the truth. Don't laugh too hard.
It happens like that.
It happens like that.
Yeah, it happens.
My dad Nigerian. I had to explain that. Sorry. That's the balance.
That kind of dominated the white grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out his teeth.
What happened? Who was that? Lonnie? Who said that?
I didn't say shit.
Who's that?
So it looks like Rudy's frozen in 2 spots.
2 spots.
Nah?
Nah, he's frozen in 1.
Okay.
Well, since we've got representation from the native peoples, what do y'all think about the Washington football team? You got an opinion?
I'm just glad we changed the name at least, though. I'm so happy we changed the name. What are you going about? Just Washington football team, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, until we can find a new name, but I'm fine with that. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm not getting none of the money, so you know.
All right.
But I'm glad that they changed it, though.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that they changed it.
It's
The new
hilarious.
name should be the Washington hasn't been good since the 80s.
Damn. Come on, bro. Don't do that. But you're right.
Is that too harsh?
Nah, I mean, I can't call. I don't know you well enough. I can't call you a liar. It sounds like you're telling the fucking truth.
I'm just playing, man.
Nah, I love the opportunistic guy here in Alexandria who filed with the Patent and Trademark Office, putting all these trademark applications in for the
For like 15 years, he's been doing it.
He's been doing it, but he pushed this past few weeks. He's been just filing everything. So it's gonna have to be the Washington NFL football team. Like, because they can't get the trademark for anything else.
Or they're just gonna have to pay him like $1 million. That's probably what
they're not gonna do.
So
that.
what he do? He bought like every other good name.
Yeah.
Right.
Every possible thing you can think of that goes with Washington.
That guy's a genius.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that. That's awesome.
Yeah. #1 capitalist right there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Rudy, you okay? You need someone to come check on you?
Oh no, I'm good. My phone had overheated, so it cut off on this end. I got all type of problems. It's okay, but y'all just keep talking. You know what I'm saying? I got it so where that for no matter what, it's not gonna stop recording and it's not gonna stop being on Facebook Live. So as long as those 2 things keep happening, you don't have to worry about anything else. We good. I'm gonna get myself figured out in just a minute. Y'all just keep on figuring out your life stories and congratulating Kevin on killing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to Kevin.
Good job, Kevin.
He said, let's go back to Kevin killing shit. Hey, Kevin, you killing shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's been good, man. Manny's been surprisingly nice to me up until now, but seeing how he treats Lonnie,
because the camera's on. Right. Behind the scenes. I just don't want to be documented as being nice, you know.
I like that, Manny. I like that.
I do it in private, so you know it's real. You know, I don't got to go on here and be like Jay, be like, "Yo, Kevin, you killing it, bro."
Yeah,
I really want to see.
I like.
He's on here. I diss you a little bit, and then after I'm like, "Yo, dude, great job on the stage. You did good." Right? It's in private.
What you guys been doing?
How long? You said you've only been doing comedy for a few months. You said.
Just a year now. A year last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Any virtual shows?
Nah, hell no. It's not the same. You can't get the timing right at all.
So really 9 months then is what it really is.
Yeah,
it's right?
9 months because 3 months off stage. Yeah. So how long have you guys been doing it?
4 years
2?
for me. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's good. It's been good. But I've been doing Zoom shows, and actually, there's been one over the course of the 4 months. There's been one show where I got the comedians high, like afterward. So, like, it is possible to do a Zoom show, and it is possible to do well, and it is possible to still get that high that you get after performing.
Yeah.
I thought you meant that you got them all stoned. I was like,
Yeah, I thought you sent something in the mail. That's what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
I got them all high afterwards.
Can I be a part of the
nice
next,
of you?
the next event?
Oh, got all the comedians high. Yeah, that would have been a feat.
As soon as you mentioned high, I realized I was out of bud. So,
I mean, that happens in Rudy's other show, the pot roast. Everybody's high on that thing.
Or every one of Rudy's shows ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
5 hours on the way to San Francisco. Trying to.
Yeah,
I've literally never been around Rudy Wilson in person and not been high.
Right.
Yeah, it's a challenge. So
I mean,
yeah,
that's fair. I mean,
it's true.
That's fair. I can't argue that. I get it.
I can't wait till one of these episodes ends up becoming an intervention for Rudy's weed problem. We got to end the show early.
But Manny, first of all, Manny got a fucking drinking problem. I don't know why you sitting there trying to act like I'm the one over here just smoking my life away.
For the record,
the club will give him drink. The club will give him drink tickets to give to the audience, and he'll keep 5 for himself. He's like, nah.
That's true. But for the record, I've been sober since last September, so it's almost a year. We're 2 months away from sobriety.
Wow, really?
What's up,
Yeah.
man? Sure.
You've been in quarantine. You have no proof.
Good point.
The fact that you're doing an open mic in front of 7 people every day, you're definitely drinking for sure. Like that's definitely
Coffee. That's it, man. No drinks, no nothing.
Kool-Aid, Manny, Kool-Aid.
How does that feel, Manny? How does it feel to not be drinking for so long?
Boring, stressful.
Yeah.
But the thing is, after about the 4th month, it doesn't call your name as much. You got to get over that 4 month, and then you can ride it out a little bit. But I see people drinking. I see Gigi. I see people. No, it's all. No, I'm saying that I miss it. Like I want to go back to drinking. Like
But don't you?
Right?
Don't. If I remember correctly,
CJay.
don't you do that? Don't you do like a year off and then a year on? Isn't that how you do it?
I do, but I think this is gonna be it. I think I'm just gonna stay sober for the rest of my life. I think.
But like sober, like completely not touching alcohol at all, or you like just drink every once in a while?
No alcohol.
Wow, that's gonna be
drugs,
difficult, man.
Other drugs, maybe.
Sure. Well, like I remember Manny won't smoke weed because if he's drinking, because then you drink too much, right? You like forget how much you've been drinking.
Yeah, what Rudy was mentioning, when it comes to working for bars, they just give you drinks. Take it, right? And so sometimes I really enjoy like really strong beers, and so like you forget how much you have because it's like in a glass, right? You're like, this is my 4th or 5th, I forget. But the real problem started coming when I started seeing my face getting puffy. Like I don't know what it is about my genetics, but like I had like everything was coming out. Like you could see my ears like going forward. And I was like, I think it's alcohol. So I just
that happens, man. Those alcoholics, they get the like alcohol head. They get
that, like you could see the cholesterol forming. Yeah, exactly.
The alcohol head.
They do, bro. Their face gets like red.
Their face gets
and their skin
Put
gets
that
like
goddamn wine
leathery.
glass down, baby. You're gonna have the alcohol head. Put that down. This is ginger ale. This is ginger ale.
I knew Manny was drinking too much when he started bombing consistently. I knew he got bad then.
When I started bawling?
I said when you start bombing consistently and all
whatever.
Shots fired.
I don't need to prove to Rudy anything. He can think I bomb. He can think I bomb all he wants, but then at the end, he's still gonna ask me for bookings. And I'll be like, remember in July 23rd of 2020?
Don't make me throw out them food stamps you paid us to do your little stupid ass shit.
For the record,
Rudy, you got food stamps. I never got paid.
He wanted to call it bookings like he wrote a check.
For the record, Rudy did have to sign a 1099 that he never got.
Booking.
Never got nothing back.
By booking, he means he let you sell T-shirts for 5 minutes after the show.
No, he got paid. Fuck Rudy. He got paid and he won best of.
By booking is just because it's only 35 comedians in Miami, and so
35.
Total?
Yeah, it's a very, very small market.
No, you mean 3 plus. You mean 3 plus 5, Rudy.
Right, and then there's only like 8 or 9 that you would have on a show.
Is he counting open micers?
Yeah, so people aren't gonna pay to see the lineup, and this is me speaking as a business guy. So
is there comedy every night in Miami?
There was
only because of Manny.
Only because of Manny.
There was. So what I did was the money I would make from the shows, I would just multiply it and do more shows so that we can have like this big ongoing thing. But every time I try to sell tickets, these guys just wouldn't move one fucking ticket. So that's why they got paid in drink tickets, you know? So yeah, the shows were free, but we got plenty of stage time in front of lots of people because I kept reinvesting.
We got 35 comics at the Trader Joe's in DC.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have
so
with the business model that I was doing before the pandemic, we didn't have to perform in front of comedians. We had an actual audience every single show.
That's amazing.
So we had
how many days a week did you have your show?
We hit 7 nights a week in March, and then the pandemic hit. So I'm not much of a religious guy, but the quote, first he giveth and taketh away, I felt it in March. Because my goal with MiamiComedy.com was to provide ongoing shows, and the goal was 7 nights a week. Like once I got 7 nights a week, I'm done. I can go on to another project. And I hit it in March of 2020. And then like 2 weeks later, the pandemic hit.
March hit back.
Yep.
I also produce my own shows as well. They're clean comedy shows. You know, everybody gonna need to take a shower before they, you know.
Yeah, you are the clean lady. That's where I know you are that clean lady. No cursing and stuff.
But,
nah, fuck that. No.
Like,
bullshit.
But it messed up because I ended up having to cancel my show. My show was March 21st. And once the NBA canceled, the owner was like, yo, this thing is a wrap. And I was
Angela.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, finish. I thought
and I was getting ready to do this huge show in the fall. It was like my business was getting ready, you know, like go up another level, and 2020 laughed at me. So
are you one of those bookers that gives out like movie ratings? Keep it like PG-13.
Oh yeah.
Like not like you get like one F word and like some side boob. Like, are you one of those?
If you do the one
and
F
some side boob.
If you do the one F word, you don't get paid. So.
Oh really? You don't even get one F word? Damn, girl.
Hey, but let me ask you this: is it food stamps or is it real money? Because if it's food stamps, I'm dropping that F bomb.
And presidents.
It's real money.
Hey, hold on.
Presidents? Oh, okay.
You can ask any comedian on my show. I pay
right,
them
right.
Problems. I give like whatever we agreed upon. That's what they get. You know, but if they cuss, we gonna have.
What about?
Sounds like an easy out.
I have a question
you
for the gang. Paid. I have a question for the gang. How many of you guys have been fucked over by a booker before?
I put one of them on this show. I'm just
for real?
No, come on now. Don't put me on.
No,
I always pay.
I didn't mean Manny either. Manny does not fuck me over at all.
I had a guy cut my time in half a minute before I went on stage and act like it wasn't a big deal. Like, I'm gonna add another guy, so do half the time. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like out of nowhere.
I drove an hour and a half for a booked spot, and then when I got there, it was an open mic, and the guy was like, "Oh, I didn't see your name on the list," and I'm like, "What do you mean you didn't see my name on the list? I'm on the flyer."
My headshot is Rick.
I was like waiting for an envelope, and he's like, "Oh yeah, just so they sign your name," and I'm like, "Fuck you, dude! Drove an hour and a half to get here." Oh,
how many minutes did you have?
Huh?
Give you any time on stage after all
I
of that?
did 6 very, very angry, shitty minutes.
Was it a crowd or other comics?
Oh, it was only other comics who were also pissed and like disillusioned. And I did it with like 8 TVs behind my head, like like in the corner with TVs. At one point, I literally just turned around and started commenting on what was happening on the TV screen. I was like, "Fuck this set."
Hey, not to get away from your initial question, but Mark, how did it work out with you in reference to, because you put on a show out in the middle of God knows where. Like how did that work out with you as far as having such success with it though?
Gigi, you can tell him.
What?
He's asking how my show went. So you
Mark's
did it.
Fantastic, yeah.
I'm saying what was the how did it, like, what made you even do it to do it there? Like most people always try to do stuff near DC. Like you did it way away from DC, and it was successful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was successful because we've got nothing else to do out here. For those of you who don't know this area, I'm out in Fauquier County, which is 50 miles west of DC. Why is that so funny, CJay? It's a name. It's just a name. And it's kind of a rural town, but it's almost commuting distance. And we started doing a show here, and we started selling out just right away because there's nothing else to do. And I think Gigi, did you do it at the Irish bar we were at, or did you do it at Gloria's?
I did both Gloria's and then the Center for the Kids to do outdoor.
Oh, right. Oh shit, I must like you. So we the place we were having our shows, and we would sell out 75, 80 people every show once a month.
Wow.
And then the landlord of the Irish restaurant didn't renew their lease, out of nowhere. They'd been there 13 years. And so my wife and I, because I produce it with my wife, we were actually approached by a nonprofit in town that had a brand new performance space because they're a music store and they put on real concerts there. It's just been amazing. So we started doing our shows there. And the only downside, Stephen, this is to you, is I also have to give instruction to the comics. There's, you get one cuss. There's no explicit
talk,
no explicit sexual, and not even, interestingly, my crowd loves anything about race. They'll laugh at racial jokes, but nothing about drugs. It just turns them all off. So we've been selling out that show, 80 to 100 people. We had almost 100 people at our last show, and half of it goes to charity and the rest goes to the comics. I pay the comics.
So Mark,
how long did you run it? Like, how long did the show last?
It's been over a year, right up in. We had a show scheduled before the pandemic, and now Laura wants me to try and put something together outside, but I don't know. What do you guys think about outside?
Bring me out there, Mark. Bring me out there.
Oh, you too nasty, CJay.
Bring me out there.
You are too nasty. You can start talking about washing your ass with soap, and they're going to get up and walk out. They're going to. Actually, one of our shows, it got a little salty, and the owner of the place called me in the following week, and he said, "We can't have it happen again," because he got letters. His business is part of it is a music school, so his students' parents are at the show.
Oh wow!
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But I didn't know. We didn't know it was going to work until we did it. It's been incredible. Rudy punked out on me. He was booked for the very first show, and he was on the flyer. And then a week before the show, he said, "Yo, I'm going to Miami."
Bitch.
Yeah. Bitch.
Literally, I might have called you from Miami. I might have been there.
No, you were loading up your fucking car, and I said, "What the?"
Yeah,
and
Because I was about to say, when I left, I didn't tell anybody. I just packed my shit and left. So I'm surprised you even got that phone call. So that was good.
I'm getting the visual of Rudy like checking his schedule and being like, "When should I leave?" And he's like, "I'll leave today. I don't have anything important."
No, that's
what happened. That's exactly what happened.
He told me leaving, bro.
I think you said you were leaving though. I think you.
Mark, I would log out right now, man. That's disrespectful.
I told you
and you pay this kind of behavior, Mark.
I don't pay him. No, I won't pay him shit.
Yeah.
Don't pay him no.
I paid Mark. Shit. What you mean? I'm out here. I used to book people, man. I had some hot shows, man. I told Manny about that. Manny don't be believing me though. He think his little shows be the shit. I used to have something, Manny. You know what I'm saying?
This is offensive. I don't even know why I'm here.
No, man.
What about you, Manny? Are your shows censors too?
No, man. We had ultimate freedom.
Ultimate, that's what I'm talking about.
We had ultimate freedom to express ourselves creatively, and everybody left happy because you got to position your shows in a certain way so that from the beginning you attract those people.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't have anything against, like, as long as it's up front and I have warning of the stipulations, I have no problem with stipulations. My issue is when I travel to a gig and 5 minutes before I go on, they tell me it's PG.
Right.
Yeah,
that's the issue I have. If you give me full warning, it's all good.
That's not
sure. It's unprofessional.
Yeah.
I have like actual contract, and it states everything, like what time you need to be there, how much stage time you got, and if you say any bad words or vulgarity, you ain't getting paid. But it's everything is clear because I don't like to be surprised as a comic, so I make sure to not do that to the comics that are in the show.
Well, just to add to that, I think the way I handled it, because I know what you mean. Sometimes there's always that one comic that just spoils it for everybody because they don't have the ability to see that what they're doing is not working, or they try to like double down in the shock, like, oh, I'm not funny. Let me try to get him with this shock stuff. And then sometimes what I do is I approach them instead of doing like the law of the land, don't say anything offensive. If there's that one comic that continuously walks people out, like you tell them, be like, look, you've got to read the audience and know that this bit or what you did at this part of your act, it's not taken in the way you think it is. And so what you do is you address it individually instead of nobody can say shit. That's how I handle it in my shows.
Miami is also a little bit of a different animal. You know, it's like Miami. That's like true. People are kind of like, you know, they're coming to a comedy show. They're not really expecting it to be clean. They're not coming there.
One of the cocaine capitals. Why?
Exactly.
They're not coming with any expectations at all.
Exactly.
They're
coming to like.
That's a great point.
Have some noise.
That's actually
do cocaine. They're not.
That's actually a good. That's good thinking, Lonnie. Because probably that's the reason why our scene is the way it is. Because when Miami people come to watch a show, especially when it's not at a place that they bought tickets for, it's kind of like they go in wanting to see you bomb. Like they want to see the shit show. It's like part of the show. It's like, hey, you want to go see some comics bomb tonight? Like, yeah, let's go have a drink and then heckle them. And then, but that at the same time makes better comics because we go in with a bad dealt hand and we've got to win with it. So when you get heckled or when you do that 1 a.m. spot, or when you go in and people are talking, or there's a group of girls in the back being obnoxious, you could just go in and then you work, and then you get this different situations rather than an audience like, all right, I'm here at a comedy show, make me laugh. Dude.
So Manny is like Navy SEAL school for comics. It's like, there's this one specific bar called Taurus, and if you go there. Taurus. I mean, you might as well, you take your expectations for how any set is going to go and you ball it up and you throw it in the fucking dumpster, because every time I've gone there and I'm like, this is not going to go well. I have some of the best sets of my life. And then other times I go up and I'm like, I feel pretty good tonight. And it's like, fuck you, get off the stage. It's aggressive.
Dude, I've seen comics stop their comedy careers there.
Right. Yep.
Fucking notebooks on the floor and.
Jay, didn't you try to fight an audience member there?
When there was a venue like that where I first started. When I first started comedy in Manhattan, Kansas, it was a military. Okay. It was a military and a college town.
Sure. Yeah.
So there was this place I saw ruin like at least 3 promising comedians. They just never went on stage after they did that show.
The host used to keep the notebooks. He had the like 3 or 4 notebooks of people that like threw them on the ground and quit.
I've never heard of Manhattan, Kansas, but it sounds like the 3 comedians who failed there were all black. Like
Kansas State, bro. Kansas State or University.
2 and a token white guy.
Get this shit. Now I can imagine. I've never been to Kansas a day in my life. Ever.
No, I used to just say I started in Manhattan just to fuck with people.
Right.
And I wouldn't say Kansas, but I stopped.
Hey, Mark, you was getting ready to ask Manny something?
Yeah, Manny, I'm curious. With those crowds, did Rudy ever actually do any material, or was it all crowd work?
Dude.
Back in the day when I first met Rudy, he would go on and actually do material like a polished comic. And I don't know what happened. He just started going on, and then he just got
Miami happened.
Yeah,
Manny. Miami happened to him.
I've only seen Rudy do 59 seconds of material. That's it. The McDonald's joke, and then asking black girls how black they are. That's it.
Every clip I watched of Rudy from Miami, he's doing crowd work.
Yeah, I know. If he ever gets a spot,
that's all I show. I just don't show jokes. I just think I just only show the crowd work. But I did do a lot of crowd work though, because I've also seen a lot of comedians go up there with just a straight set and they just bomb one after another. So I just figured I have to talk to them, and being that crowd work is just kind of a natural thing for me. It just became easy, and I would just weave my jokes in and out of it. But in Miami,
I don't remember you weaving through in crowd work was not your forte before. I just think you get into that.
I literally just said in Miami. I said in Miami. You weren't in Miami.
Okay, my bad, cuz I was trying to be.
You try to throw in a joke so quick, real quick. I had already addressed that. You feel me? You tried to get me.
Going in.
My bad.
No, in DC, I've had times where I've done too much crowd work. Like that's got me in trouble. Like I'll get drunk and just be going in, the offending people shit. Like it got bad.
Do you remember how you used to when you used to put on the show? What is it, Beer Baron and Tavern? Or is that how you pronounce it?
Beer Baron. Mm-hmm.
I always pronounce it fucked up, but remember I used to sneak the E and J up in there.
We all did. Absolutely. We weren't paying for no drinks.
Motherfucker, that wasn't nobody else but you. That was your show. You was bringing the alcohol in the bar where you was doing it. That wasn't me.
What's your point? What you think they're gonna get me in trouble? Fuck Beer Bear.
No, they're gonna get CJay in trouble, and that's what he's worried about. He's like, I still live here, motherfucker.
That's the one thing I'm never worried about is trouble. I like trouble.
Speaking of bookers who fucked me, Beer Bear did me like before I moved. I had like when they first was switching over to a comedy club, I had some bookings there and they cut my shit. Like I didn't even get them motherfuckers. Like they just didn't call back. It just never happened. So yeah, I don't fuck with them anyways.
Hey, real quick, Rudy, what's your point though?
I'm saying, well, I'm going back to
out there name dropping.
Question. I'm going back to Lonnie's question. He asked about any bookers who ever fucked her. That's the point. Old ass nigga. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna never.
Rudy.
I ain't gonna never make an Angela show like this.
And I'm not.
Rudy, I got like
a here tonight. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Rudy, real shit. Rudy, you're the only person here I think who's been to all 3 scenes. Like, down the differences. I already know what Miami's like and everything like that, but like I've never been to DC and I never stepped out to LA. So what's the difference in the scenes, in your opinion, and how you would attack a crowd? I know you're gonna do your crowd work no matter what, but like, just what do you see?
I mean, on the comedy side, it's the same comedians, just different cities. It's just really pretty much the how the scene operates. So like DC, real cliquish, but I mean, it's a lot of places to go up. LA, it's a lot of places to go up, but all of them cost money.
Yes.
What you mean cost money?
You gotta pay, right?
Like you gotta pay to do an open mic. Like you want 5 minutes, you pay $5. Open mic.
Yeah.
And that's in front of other comics. That's no audience at all. None.
And to get time, to get actual time that's not an open mic, you pretty much had to be on TV without like booking specific shows and like weaving in and out of like at a club, you pretty much have to have that credit. Am I wrong, Rudy? I mean, that's about what it is.
Well, and that's another thing. I mean, in DC and Miami, I was just competing against other local comics. Here, I'm competing against Joe Rogan, Kevin Hart. You know, they live here. You know what I'm saying? So they go into the comedy clubs too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about Joe Blow next to me. Like, you got to compete with everybody. So I mean, it's different. I mean, but it's just it's a number. It's a
Rudy, you funnier than Kevin Hart. I'm gonna tell you that though, buddy. To me.
We get Rudy blackballed in LA.
Huh?
We get Rudy blackballed in LA.
Hey, you already
just fucked him.
Like nobody agreed to what you said except Rudy himself.
Hey, look, everybody's scared as shit. Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. Kevin, no, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Someone's tapping Kevin on the shoulder right now.
Hey, let me take it back. I was just kidding.
Hey, listen, if Kevin Hart watched this video, we all good. Trust me. So hey, don't worry about it.
Rudy, you had it great in Miami. I know I've been busting your balls for a while, but like you made big strides in our scene. I did. And I'd like to just go ahead and comment. You know what's ruining comedy scenes in more cliques, groups?
Yes.
That wall people off, like that weird thing. That's what's ruining comedy scenes. So in Miami, I just like if you want to hang out with us, you can. And then people are mad at that. It's like, oh, I can't hang. Fuck that guy. He's got to ask me, right? So, but it was open, and that's how I met Rudy. But here in Miami, Rudy got best of. He was featured in a documentary. He got booked at the Improv. He was a finalist at Ultimate Miami Comedian. You were killing it here, man. And then what happened? You want to share?
I moved to LA. What do you mean?
To be a producer.
How long were you in Miami?
Like a year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rudy called me like a week after he got to Miami, and just told me it's unbelievable down here. That I mean, you get on shows, and he loved it. But you made it happen for him, Manny. I heard all about you.
Yeah, I heard.
Rudy made it happen for me.
No, you made it happen for him. He should kiss your ass
sign off
every week.
No, I'm about to sign off this shit.
Rudy needs to fly back to Miami immediately and come kiss
immediately. Yo,
that's right.
He went from all all that I said. He went from all that to doing bucket shows, and he hasn't been the same ever since.
Come on, Manny, pull out your butt cheeks.
Hey, man,
right here. All right.
Me and Rudy we've done a few of our own shows at Flappers that have went well.
I've done book shows out here. It's just, I mean, I didn't get paid for them.
Oh,
but I mean,
wait a minute. I remember your face now, Steven. I did the flyer that you and Rudy did that show at Flappers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but I've done shows with Steve. I've done shows at like other comedy clubs that that required, I guess, booking situations. But
against my better will, Rudy makes me lie a lot on the flyer creation. Yo, say that he was on MTV too, and then say he was on BET. It's like, when did this happen?
Wow.
Put this logo on.
Hey, that's what they be telling me. I don't be making it up. They be telling me that.
Like, you know how many revisions Rudy makes me go through when I do one of his flyers? He makes me go through like 12 revisions, just lie after lie. What he does is he makes you do incremental lies. You don't
tell
just
you
like
I was on Road Rules.
Yeah, exactly.
He was on season 4 of Road Rules, man. You don't recognize it?
Yeah, it's not one big lie. It's
Rudy,
little lies.
Who were you in that last Seth Rogen movie? I didn't see you in that shit.
Right. It wasn't. I don't know. I don't know what you guys want me to say. That's what they tell me. Like, cause even Manny, like I told him, man, in MTV2, Manny put MTV like the regular one, and the dude was like, nah, MTV2. Like that's what made Manny have to change, because he be trying to he think it's a, find the right balance. Yeah, he think it's a lie, so he can just throw anything on there. But they be like, nah, I want my real credit. They look 15 seconds of fame or whatever. So,
but I mean, what are they gonna do? What happens if they do get caught? MTV2, a representative is gonna call and be like, hey, you're gonna have to put that logo down from an open mic flyer.
They could sue or something like.
You're gonna sue a comedian. Wow. You're gonna get drink ticket. You're gonna be a drink ticket settlement.
You're gonna reach one of them old executives and say we shouldn't have let niggas get TV.
And when
you pull out those rolls from Office Depot.
When they get the drink ticket, it's well drinks only. That's it.
Rudy will have to give them some of his minutes on stage. He's like, all right, I give you 4 of my 15 if you want.
Hey, so Gigi, how's quarantine been treating you? Have you done like the Zoom shows or anything, or like?
Yeah, I've done a few of the Zoom shows. Those have been fun. Well, fun. I mean, there's no bar, right? And there's 0 stakes. Like there's nothing at stake. So you can just kind of do whatever you want. So I've just been doing like quarantine material, but I'm secretly hoping that COVID actually weeds out all of the assholes and non-talented people so that when we come back, it's just funny, nice comedians. I'm not hoping that they die. I'm just hoping that the comedy industry does. You know,
that's rough. A whole bunch of COVID comedians. That's what we were talking about last time. You're gonna get a whole bunch of COVID comedians.
That's true.
Everybody
in quarantine.
At least they'll stop saying the same 4 jokes about Trump.
Ugh.
I don't like the guy, but if I have to hear one more joke about him being orange, I'm gonna beat my head against the fucking.
Yeah, can you imagine all the coronavirus jokes we're about to hear once this?
That's what I'm right.
Yeah,
those are the ones that's coming out. Those are comedians that.
Well, I'm gonna give everybody the light as soon as like they get into the bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna doing outside shows right
now. Manny, you can throw your free drinks on him because you ain't drinking. Okay.
I heard alcohol kills the virus, so win-win, right?
Right, that's good. Yeah, facts.
Gigi asks, is anybody doing outside shows right now?
They did an outside show at the Improv, I think yesterday.
No, you personally.
Oh no, I haven't done it. I got invited to a couple, but I am not gonna go.
What's the general sense among all you folks? I mean, how many of you feel like if you got the virus, you're really at risk of getting sick or dying? Because I'm sure it'll kill me. You too? Yeah.
I mean, I have people that are close to me. You know, it's not really me, but I'd be concerned about my family. You know.
Right.
I've lost family. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Steven.
My sister has cystic fibrosis, and I live with her when I'm with Missouri, so I'm really careful for her.
Yeah.
That's why I'm careful. I don't really give a fuck about me, but I'm careful for her. Because if she gets it, she will die.
Sure.
That is almost a guarantee.
Right.
Because cystic fibrosis is one of the most brutal respiratory issues you can have.
Right.
My aunt has my dad's younger sister. She has cerebral palsy. She died with COVID. It killed her. So I mean, it's a real thing. But here in DC, they're starting to put on shows again, including a couple inside. How many would anyone on here do a show inside? Anyone?
I'm good.
Kevin's going, yeah, I would. I'm young and pretty.
I don't know if you guys know, but like they're calling Miami the new Wuhan. We're the new like epicenter of the coronavirus. So
I think LA beat us. I think LA already beat us like yesterday or today, but we were for like a week and a half.
Yeah, we out you.
The epicenter. Yeah.
I mean,
like I'm not even leaving the house right now. Like all the groceries that are being shopped for are being shopped online. I am not. Yeah, we're not. We're really going through some quarantine shit right now, right? So,
yeah, it's real bad.
I would love to go to shows and shit, but yeah, I'm not doing that right now. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy my own mic for when we do go back. Just
absolutely.
So I have my own mic that I take with me to everything.
Absolutely.
I have my own mic cover. I'll probably bring my own mic cover with me. I already have one.
Where you gonna get the mic? Like Amazon?
Yeah, I did. Cause like I'm really into like linking stuff out. So I took some mic covers and put like rhinestones and stuff on them. So.
But the thing is, it's droplets. It's that air in front of the mic, and the droplets will hang there for about an hour.
Just hanging on.
Well, then just don't go to that part of the stage.
Yeah, but none of you guys are going to go do a show right now.
I'm about to say, but for me, Mark, I mean, it's not that deep for me, bro. Like, I mean, I definitely miss it like hell, but like, I'm not, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely ain't trying to, you know, get that shit and find out what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't,
right.
It ain't that deep for me. You know what I'm saying?
For a 5-minute set?
Yeah, it ain't that deep. Like, if that was my livelihood strictly, I may feel differently about it. But I mean, I've had a lot of success in a short amount of time, but not that type of success. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be okay in the long term as opposed to trying to jump the gun just to, you know, hit some open mics, you know.
For what? To like eat a dick on stage, you know?
Right.
Yeah, like it's not.
Why are you gonna sacrifice years of your life for 5 minutes?
In front of a bunch of comics.
I'm off and on for the last 12 years of doing comedy. So
I cut you off, CJay, and then they like, still charging for these shits out here. They still charging for open mics right now.
The Just Comedian crowd to me was like the biggest like adjustment to LA, because in LA or in the Midwest, it was mainly the shit crowds were people who had no idea comedy was coming, and it was just people at a bar that you're ambushing. It wasn't just comics.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's like a big city thing, right? Like most of the big cities are like that. Like the open mics are just comedians.
It just depends. It varies in DC.
It varies.
Real quick, I just want to send a real quick shout out to James Warmington. He's listening to a show. He's commenting and shit. He's the only comic I know with Lou Gehrig's disease. James, if you're watching,
he doesn't have Lou Gehrig's disease. He has
MS. He doesn't have. He has MS. He doesn't have Lou Gehrig's.
I was about to say, what the hell?
He's like, he has Lou Gehrig's. I'm like, what? But it was such a beautiful speech. I didn't want to stop you.
Whatever, man. Like, look, he's got it. Whatever he's got. It's fucked up. James, we'll put it for you, James. Right? Yeah. Keep your ass indoors. Keep your ass. Yeah. Just saying, protect yourself, guy. All right. Well, back to the conversation. I'm sorry to interrupt. All right.
Hey, Kevin, how do you feel? I guess I'm assuming, and not to pick on you, but like the newest comic here. I mean, how do you feel in reference to trying to get back out there? I guess kind of, you know, we're all kind of starting our journey, but you're, I guess, on the earliest start.
Yeah, for real. You know, I'm tempted to go out there every day, but like the quality of the mics are, you know, it's not worth it to be doing it for like an empty room, you know, just in front of comics. And what am I going to do for like 5 minutes of stage time or 10 minutes of stage time? I'm going to risk the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's just not worth it, man, in the long run.
Damn, Kevin, like that 4 months in and you're already talking shit about mics?
I think Kevin's good. He can do voiceovers. He's good.
Entitlement is inherent in this business. You know that, Manny.
Well, I mean, when I got started, man, I would do well. Then again, I wasn't that good. I'm not gonna lie. Kevin is good, but yeah, in the beginning, I did all that for like 3-4 years. I would drive hours, particularly to the Funky Buddha. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, it just closed down.
Yep. No, I would drive there every
driving
Wednesday.
now. It's like I've done a couple Corona shows. Like the only person putting them on consistently is Sean Mullins right now.
Yeah.
And if you go to one of his mics, it's like it's like sketchy as hell. You might don't sneeze in your mouth while you're on stage. You know what I mean? Like that's the only location you can find. So it's not really quality. Like, you know what I'm talking about? The Spot in Wynwood is the only consistent open one, and that place is nasty. Like every other week it changes names as a business. Like
that place started coronavirus.
Yeah.
Hands down.
That place is nasty as fuck. It's not worth it for 5 minutes, man.
You literally cannot wash your hands in there. Like there is no way for you to wash your hands.
The bathrooms have never been open. The bathrooms have never been open. They're always shut down.
They're cooking up bats in the back.
That's nasty, bro.
I did a mic there like a long time ago, and it was like 12:30 at night. There were 2 children in there. All right. And their parents were shooting up heroin in the far dark corner.
I was waiting for the Jay bomb to drop.
That's a spot. Yeah.
Anyone who knows my comedy knows that like I go way in. I go way fucking deep with.
We can tell by how open your shirt is.
And I just want to say, for those of you that don't know like the venue that we're talking about, like Jay is exaggerating, but not by much.
Not by much at all.
Oh, I did see two children in there waiting for the parents who were in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen children in there.
And and I was kind of mad because I was gonna just say some real raunchy shit. So it's like, but part of me thought, if I go and I say whatever I want to say, it's not really my fault that these little bastards are here. I mean, their parents are in the corner, and they don't give a shit about these kids. So why should I?
It's a bar. Why they shouldn't be there?
They shouldn't be there. It's 12:30 at midnight. And a fucking Tuesday, they should. Yeah, it's yeah.
And Renee's is not in the good part of Wynwood either.
No,
it's not.
It's right on the border of Overtown, and
right.
Right.
It is the border of Overtown and Wynwood. It is the boundary.
Hey, so let me ask y'all this, because we're gonna have to wrap it up pretty soon. We can kind of, I guess, go in whatever order. Is there anybody, I guess, due to 2020 as a whole, Corona, whatever, is there anybody who is, I guess, thinking about shifting gears and when it comes down to comedy? Not necessarily stop doing comedy altogether, but I'm saying maybe shift from stand-up to something else, or are you trying to do both, or are you just going to still ride with stand-up? Like, what's your thoughts in reference to whatever the new normal looks like, and I guess doing comedy from here on out? So we'll start from the bottom this time. We can start with you, Lonnie, so that CJay can be second on my page.
All right. I am, the one thing I can do right now is I can write, and I've always wanted to be a comedy writer. I've always, my dream as a stand-up comedian is to work in the day on a show, or somewhere where
as far as like sitcom or like
something comedy. As long as I'm sitting. What got me into comedy was 30 Rock, right? So I'm watching 30 Rock, and their lifestyle just looks so fun to me. Like, all they do is just go hang out with their friends and make each other laugh, basically. So I would love to do that during the day and then do stand up at night. So I hadn't been writing as much as I should, and that's definitely, I wouldn't say my stand up gear has shifted down, but my comedy writing gear has shifted up for sure.
Gotcha. Dope. All right, CJay.
Well, I'm not writing shit because I don't have time. But I do want to do a podcast and maybe do some shit on YouTube. But I'm right now, I'm just so busy with work, but I do want to get back on the stage. I haven't been on in a while, and I was quarantining before the quarantine happened. I was, like I said earlier, Rudy, I used to do an open mic with him at a couple different places, and we did some shows. But he would have to push me to do that, because I was already doing the stand-up shit before. It's just like the scene, in the last couple of years, it just overflowed with comedians and shit, and people that I wouldn't. I came out my mama's vagina funny. My mama was funny. My siblings are funny. And the reason I kind of stay off the scene, I just don't feel like everybody's funny, so I just don't really get. Rudy know me, so I can be weird like that.
What kind of work do you do, CJay?
I'm a contractor, so we do full remodel. We do everything full remodel.
If you need somebody to fuck up your house, be sure and call CJay.
A Jewish man owns the company, so if he fucks up,
so he'll really fuck up your house. Then do not.
We ain't gonna talk about my Jewish friend. I've known him since he was 10. It's my friend. I just end up being a black man that worked for his ass. I don't know.
Right, real nice friend you got there.
Right. But it's true.
We'll go into business together, but I'm the boss.
Right.
All right, what you got, Manny?
Yeah, so fuck comedy. I'm out. I've realized comedy is gonna go through big change, especially after this. And I think now it's time to really consider how you can make your own audience rather than waiting for someone to give you one. Right. And I think that way is how we can get paid whatever we want instead of waiting for somebody to pay us. So if we're all bookers in our own way, we can then be more valuable to other bookers. So I did a seminar with Rudy was there, and I was talking about all these trends that are happening, and it's not happening on the comedy world yet. So us as people, as comedians, that is, we're people that can bring other people to a show and watch our act. So if we come in touch with what we have to offer as a comic, and we build that audience, and we know how to sell tickets to them, how to communicate with them, you don't have to wait for somebody to do it for you anymore. And now we've got the virtual landscape just wide open, and comics just are like, all right, well, I hope shows are coming back soon. And now is the time to realize that you can make your own money as a comic. You just got to figure out how, because if one person figures it out, it's going to be different for the other person, because we're all different as comics. You know? Right. So yeah, that sounds like too much work. So I'm quitting, and I'm going to be a coach for comedians now.
Nice.
Okay. Gotcha.
The silence was deafening.
Are you serious?
All right.
Yeah.
Kevin Benoit.
Yeah, I switched gears to like sketch writing. Stand up is primarily my thing, but I've just been, really trying to get my pen up for, sketches and script writing for shows, just trying to knock off specs.
Hey, Kev, just for the record, you don't have to hide your face. We can hear you if you sit back a little bit. It's
real. Kevin looks like he can't.
A fucking testimony.
Yeah. Kevin looks like he can't be loud in his own house.
My mama told me to be quiet in here. If she get me talking loud, I'm gonna be out.
Oh snap.
You go on, Kevin. Don't let him bother you.
Hey, real quick, my bad, Kevin. Only the black people laughing. That's fucked up. We the only ones getting threatened to get thrown out. I was just threatening my daughter earlier. She be 18. I was like, you get your ass out if you're gonna disrespect me. Right?
Yeah, man. I've just been writing other shit, and it's been slowly coming together and trying to get like my, coming out with shorts, working on sketches and little skits with other comedians down here I could find who are motivated. So that's the kind of shit I've been on.
Kevin, I'd love to like get in on some of that with you.
Oh, for sure, bro. For real? Yeah. I'm down.
See, this is why I love Kevin. I love his reactions. That's why I love complimenting him.
I love how he didn't change. I love how he didn't change how he was talking. He kept doing this.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like we were roasting him. We were roasting him, and he's like, "Ah, yeah, that's real funny, guys." Anyway, so I got.
All right, Jay Jimenez.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go back to the stand-up thing. Fucking do all the goddamn open mics I can. Everybody who knows me knows that that's what I've been doing. I would honestly like to get into comedic acting, because I don't mind acting a fool, as you can probably see. So hopefully, hey, Kevin and fucking Lonnie, if you guys want to write some shit and need some people to act it out, I'm your guy. I don't know. I'll take my clothes off if I have to. I'd rather not.
All right, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next.
Mark, what's going on with Mark?
Here we go.
That's some real haters. I'm just here, being honest, and you just.
All right. All right. Miss Angela Moore, you can go here.
All right. Well, first of all, it's been really great, meeting with all y'all. I hope that we can become friends on Facebook, because it's not official till you're friends on Facebook, right? But for me, I just want to shout out to Lonnie. Every morning at 10 a.m. I'm on this thing called the Right 10 Club with Hot Breath Comedy Network, and what we do is we write for 10 minutes on a word of the day.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I'll try to maybe send you a message or whatever, or I don't know, share it with you somehow. Because it sounds like it would be great
Definitely.
That's kind of helped me a little bit with my stay on top of my comedy writing.
Sure.
Kind of like, huh?
I was just agreeing.
Okay. I've been, I guess the other factor is that I found myself kind of struggling between comedy and acting. I have been taking some acting classes online since COVID. They've been doing them all via Zoom. So it's like, it's a struggle because I love acting just as much as comedy. So yeah, I've kind of been, I guess, more focused on that lately than my comedy. And then because the times that we're in, I found myself kind of swiped up into activism. I've been doing some Black Lives Matter protests. And yesterday, I don't know who's here affected by unemployment, but if you are like myself, because I had like 20 jobs and pretty much all them jobs have gone away because of COVID. I'm serious. Or either they're on a limited basis. So they're hopefully not going to cut the $600, but they might be cutting the $600 a week, which will really hurt a lot. So yesterday I participated at a rally, a press conference on Capitol Hill, and then we went to the Speaker, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's house in D.C.
I saw that.
That's great.
Was that Mitch better have my money?
Yes.
I saw that.
Yes, you did.
Congratulations. You
Thank
did it.
you.
You did the thing. You got your message out. Congrats.
Yeah. So we went to Mitch's house, and then the Capitol Hill police came, and they were like, "What y'all get ready to do?" And then probably like 20 minutes after we were chanting and stuff, we had a caravan of cars that were participating, and also a float of if you're from DC, you'll know about go-go music. So it was like a go-go music concert, half block Mitch's house, so you can hear it all. And his neighbors were really upset. We had an appearance by Karen, who came out her house saying, "You guys are on my property." And that
was a great Karen impression. I just want to say.
Hey, you did that good Karen impression. Do that shit again. Never seen no black woman do it. Do that shit. Do that shit there.
I don't know what your act has been in the past, but you need to get rid of it and make it that.
Black Karen.
That's hilarious.
I didn't know be Karens anyway. I didn't know. I only knew black Karens anyway.
So I'm kind of all over the place, but
Gotcha.
In terms of my comedy shows, I've been toiling with maybe doing them via virtually, but I feel like it's so different. But I don't know. I may do that just because things keep going on. So we'll see.
Gotcha. Hey, that's dope. I mean, you're doing good work though. Congrats though.
It sounds like a helicopter in the background. We're like, what's going on over there?
Yeah, it feels somebody's like diddling with their mic. Yeah, everybody showed me your hands. Well, it stopped the second that Gigi put her fingers up. So I think she was trying to like prove her innocence and then also prove her guilt.
Nose goes. All right, with Gigi the noisemaker, it's on you.
So as far as when I started stand-up, I was a stand-up purist. And I was like, I'm never going to do any other type of comedy other than stand-up. This is what I want to succeed in. This is what I want to do well. COVID. So I've been writing a lot of sketches. I've been looking into what needs to go into packets for late night. We just missed all the deadlines for a lot of late night submissions, but I need to start writing monologues. I need to start writing desk pieces. Like there's a lot on my to-do list. I know Reductress has an online class to figure out how to be a contributor. The Onion probably has that stuff. So I'm definitely going to go where the comedy is. And I feel like Lonnie had said, it's writing right now. I'm not sure, the 7 people that I can get in front of on a Zoom mic is going to make or break my career, unless it's first Kevin Hart, who's clearly watching this.
Right. Shout out my man Kevin Hart. What's up, bro?
So that's where I'm at on comedy. I've lost my purity, Rudy, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. All right, Mr. Swenson.
Hey, yeah. So yeah, it's been obviously a crazy time for everybody. My situation's a little weird because I'm still in school. So me and Rudy, for those of you that don't know, we're in film school, and my thesis film is coming up, and it was going to be live action, and it was a comedy I wrote, but I think I'm going to change it to an animated comedy. I make these movies about gummy bears doing like fucked up shit to each other, and my intermediate film was like a dude like committing suicide at a train. And I've got a new script that I think I'm going to 3D animate. Rudy saw
That was really dark. That was really dark with the gummy bears.
This shit's even darker than the new one I got. So I'm going to 3D animate it on the computer this time, because last time I did kind of like stop go motion with like physical gummy bears like moving. But this time I'm going to like 3D animate it. I've got a script, so I'm going to do the animation for that. So I think that's what's on my slate, and hopefully that'll get me through to live shows. But if not, I'll just probably make more of those. I'm road tripping back to LA soon, so that should be cool. So that's what I got going.
Gotcha. And Mr. Minch.
I'm trying to keep from being totally depressed. I've been quarantined since February, and it's okay. So I haven't been doing anything. My wife asked me the same damn question you asked, Rudy. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't do a show. Right. And I just started doing something. I just finished reading on Instagram. I did it live and then posted the full chapters. I read Mary Trump's book on Donald, and I actually just posted the last chapter. And I just did it because I'm so fucking angry.
Gotcha.
And I think Rudy and CJay and Gigi will tell you, I'm not an angry guy, but I've been really pretty pissed off. And I was actually surprised. A bunch of people are watching it, including people I don't know. It's not a huge amount, but they actually like it. So I don't know. I might read a few more books online, and we'll see, with commentary. But because I don't think there's going to be stand up for the rest of this year in any meaningful way, right? But I'm not going to start a writing career. I'm too old for that shit. I'll be in a retirement home before I get there. Boy, that was fucking dismal. Can I just pick it up? Let me just tell you, in honor of my mom who died a little over a year ago, Rudy met my mom not long before he left for Miami. She was living in a retirement home. She's a little tiny 5'2" Jewish woman. And I told her, I'm coming over with a friend. We're going to have lunch with you there. And as we're walking down the hallway to her apartment, her door pops open. She steps out of the hallway and she sees Rudy, who she's never met. And she goes, oh, good. You brought a, and then I thought, oh my God, please, Mom, don't. A tall friend. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I didn't know what she,
Oh my God.
And Rudy, I know you had the same thought.
I mean, that's my thought in general. I had that thought before she opened her mouth. So
right. That's
the story of my life. So
that's Rudy's default setting.
As you was driving, you called me, nigga. God.
Well,
all black men. Hey,
she's wonderful.
I got a quick question, right quick. So, what did everybody kind of feel about the whole Nick Cannon thing? I just want to kind of get everybody's kind of perspective on that, if we could, real quick. Are we cool to do that?
Okay, so right after you hear that Jewish guy and a black guy were getting along, you're just gonna bring it.
Hey, listen,
just
you're just gonna be
bomb into that
like that.
Hey, listen, I didn't want to bring it up, but I had to wait for opportunity. I'm an opportunist. I'm gonna wait.
Well, did you read what Kareem wrote about it?
I didn't.
Okay. Fuck it.
Hey, it was nice meeting you guys, but I gotta roll.
Yeah, me too.
I was getting ready to say that. Yeah, this is too late for that to go that deep right now. So we definitely can wrap things up. If you guys want to, exchange, social media information, I have all y'all social media information. Since you didn't get to throw it out there, I'll make sure we put it in on the edit for the full version. But thank you guys, man.
Look at Lonnie.
Yeah, right. I appreciate all you guys coming.
I'm a professional,
man. Even with all my technical difficulties, we made it happen. Feel free if you guys ever want to come back on and just chop it up. I bring on new comics each week, but you guys are more than welcome to come back anytime. So if you want to come back even before I invite you back, just let me know. You're more than welcome. Thank you to anybody who watched this. We are the Groceries. You can find us on No Life Boys Productions YouTube page and Instagram, or my, revamped, thanks to Manny, website, rudycomedy.com, where it has all of this, all my content from personal and No Life Boys Productions. So follow all these comics, support them all. We're going to get back out here in some form or fashion. I appreciate you guys. Stay in the fight. We out, man. Y'all
Later.
Be safe, man. Have a good night.
Peace. Great meeting
Love you, buddy.
guys.
MiamiComedy.com.
Yeah.